All right, today we are diving deep into something that sounds like it's straight out of a spy movie, but it's not. We're talking about the CIA's real, honest-to-God mind control experiments. Let's peel back the curtain on this shadowy world.
So, let me ask you this. What if a secret government program could actually create an assassin? I mean, totally brainwash someone to do the unthinkable without even knowing it. It sounds like Hollywood, right? But what if it wasn't just a movie?
Okay, so just so we're all on the same page, what we're doing here is breaking down a documentary that really digs into the stuff. It's all about a real CIA program called Project MKUltra. Our job is to walk you through what the documentary claims, from the official documents all the way to its most, well, shocking theories.
So first things first, let's get this straight. Project MKUltra was not a conspiracy theory. This was a real, top-secret U.S. government program, and for 20 years, from 1953 to 73, they were exploring how to control human behavior. We're talking experiments on people, and a lot of the time, those people had no idea what was happening to them.
So, how did the filmmakers even figure all this out? Well, their entire investigation really hangs on the work of one single, incredibly persistent researcher, a guy who decided to go looking for secrets that the CIA really wanted to stay buried.
And that researcher's name is Dr. Colin Ross. He's a psychiatrist, and he wrote a book called CIA Doctors, which is basically the backbone for the whole documentary. See, he wasn't just sitting around theorizing. No, he went straight to the source. He got his hands on the actual files.
And check this out. He found 149, that's 149, separate subprojects. So this wasn't just one big program. It was this huge, sprawling web of different experiments, all kept separate, which made it almost impossible for anyone to see the whole picture.
And if you want to get a sense of just how deep he went, Dr. Ross ordered 15,000 pages of documents. 15,000! I mean, can you imagine? He was basically trying to piece together this giant puzzle after the CIA had already smashed it to bits.
You gotta remember, this was all before the internet made things easy. The documentary shows him doing some real old-school detective work. He had to go to a classified reading room in Virginia, literally walk through these heavy submarine-style security doors just to see the files. But here's the brilliant part. He took down the names of all the researchers he found, and then he went and cross-referenced them in public medical journals. And boom, that's how he connected the CIA's secret projects to well-known mainstream scientists.
Okay, so he does all this digging, he gets through the submarine doors, sifts through thousands of pages. So, what did he find? What were they actually doing in these secret projects? Well, according to the documentary, the methods they were exploring were, frankly, terrifying. We're talking about hypnotism, trying to see if you could program a person. We're talking about psychological warfare tactics. They were even looking into how to fracture someone's personality, what's now called dissociative identity disorder. And maybe the most disturbing part? The documentary claims that some of these experiments involved children.
But this is where the story goes from a creepy lab experiment to something way bigger. The documentary argues that MKUltra wasn't just research. No, it claims this was an operational program, and that its fingerprints might be all over some of the biggest, most shocking crimes of the 20th century.
Yeah, look at this timeline. The film draws these incredible lines connecting MKUltra to everything. They explore theories that Lee Harvey Oswald and the JFK assassination might have a connection. They look at Sirhan Sirhan and the RFK assassination, how he claimed he couldn't remember anything. Then there's the whole bizarre Patty Hearst kidnapping, and even Mark David Chapman, the man who killed John Lennon. The thread connecting all of them, the truly unsettling idea that the Manchurian Candidate, a programmed assassin, could be real.
The investigation also goes after specific organizations, claiming they were part of this whole web. Take the False Memory Syndrome Foundation. Now, on the surface, its stated purpose was to help families and professionals who were dealing with issues of memory. Totally legitimate, right? But the documentary alleges it was actually a CIA-linked front group. And the goal, they claim? To publicly discredit all the stories of ritual abuse that were coming out back then. Basically to push the idea that they were all just false memories to cover up what was really going on with mind control experiments.
So, you might think the story ends in the 70s when MKUltra was officially shut down, right? Wrong. According to the source material, the program never really died. The research, the techniques, they just went deeper. They evolved, and, it's argued, they're still influencing things today.
So where are these modern echoes? Well, the documentary points to some pretty specific places. It connects the psychological warfare stuff directly to the enhanced interrogation techniques used at Guantanamo, but then it makes some other pretty wild connections. It suggests that research into creating super soldiers somehow got spun off into, get this, gifted and talented education programs, and that the work on brain manipulation morphed into fringe science looking at things like electromagnetic frequencies for both healing and surveillance.
So let's just recap the official status of the program. Officially, it was shut down in 1973. But here is the absolute kicker. That same year, the director of the CIA ordered most of the records destroyed, just gone. And that one act made it almost impossible for anyone to ever get the full story. So, as the documentary points out, just because they said it was over doesn't mean it was really over.
So really, the whole point of the documentary, the central argument, is this. A secret Cold War program designed to control the human mind didn't just stop. The film claims it just changed. It wove itself into our history, and it's casting this long, dark shadow that we are only just now, maybe, starting to see the edges of.
And that really leaves us with one final and kind of chilling question. If a program like this could run in secret for 2 decades, and then they can just destroy most of the evidence, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much of our history is still locked away, hidden behind those secure submarine doors?